Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to talk to you guys today a little bit about the NRA troubles, okay? Now, first of all, I want you guys to know that, I've been pretty upset with the NRA, particularly over the last year, between their support of bump stock bans and their support of red flag laws. I've been very upset with the NRA, and I voiced that. I've made videos on this, okay? That said, okay, I don't think that we should basically just get rid of the NRA completely, okay? And the main reason for that is because we don't have anything to replace them with, okay? Now, I'm a member and a supporter of the GOA, also the Second Amendment Foundation, okay? And neither of these organizations is big enough, strong enough, and more importantly, has the political connections to replace the NRA, okay? If the NRA was to be weakened and destroyed, the people that would benefit from this the most is not us, okay? It's not like all of a sudden the GOA is going to come in and take the role of the NRA. That's not going to happen. The main strength of the NRA is its political connections, and that took a long time to build up, and that is not going to be built up by the GOA overnight. Okay, that's going to take a long time. So basically, if the NRA was to collapse, basically that leverage that we have would basically disappear. Even if all the members of the NRA were to shift over to the GOA, and the GOA all of a sudden had 6 million members, that's not enough people to because now we're talking about 6 million members. Spread throughout the United States, okay? Now, it's not like you're creating 6 million new members. These are already 6 million existing members that were, let's say, previously part of the NRA. They're just shifting from one group over to the other group. So we're not increasing our votes just by going from NRA to GOA, okay? So that's not going to happen. But what is going to happen is that the political connections that the NRA had are going to disappear, because basically those political connections are not going to immediately transfer over to the GOA. So we come out weaker, okay? What's the right thing to do? Well, the way I see it, it's kind of like, let's say you're living in a house that's got problems, right? The roof's leaking, the pipes are leaking, you got some flooding, maybe even you have some mold, okay? You don't burn down your house unless you have someplace better to go and live, okay? So what do you do while you're living in that house, right? That's leaky, moldy, flooding, okay? You're building up a new house somewhere else. And at the point that you have that other house exactly the way you want it, then you move to your new house, okay? And then it doesn't even make sense to come back and burn down the old house. What makes sense is to make repairs on your old house while you're living in your new house. So at the end of all this, you have two beautiful houses, okay? And two houses is always better than one house. Okay? So that's kind of how I see the NRA situation. The GOA, Second Amendment Foundation, some of the other groups, they're great because it is a real credible threat to the NRA in the sense that, we have somebody else to go to and fund, okay, and it kind of puts pressure on the NRA to basically, to change their ways, okay. But destroying the NRA, okay, is basically at the end of the day, if the NRA becomes destroyed, we're going to end up living in a, we're going to end up with very weak organizations that cannot do the things that the NRA was doing. And here's the thing: if the NRA were to become weakened or destroyed, the anti-gunners are immediately going to seize on that opportunity and start pushing through a lot of gun control laws. Okay, immediately. They're not going to wait and give us a chance to build up the GOA. For the GOA to start building up its connections. They're not going to allow that to happen. They're not stupid. They're fully aware that the members of the NRA are going to shift somewhere else. They're fully aware that the GOA will try to take its place. And what they're going to do is they're going to use that time lag to try and grow their position. So while we're in a position where we're trying to get ourselves reorganized, they're going to actually be advancing gun control laws. And you know how it is. You know, once those gun control laws, you know, pass and they're on the books, it's very hard to get them removed. In fact, once you lose a right, you're really not getting it back. Okay, you know, look at all the, look at the Firearms Act of 1934. You know, basically once that went on there, I mean, we haven't been able to get rid of that. Look at the Hughes Amendment of 1986. Okay, once we lost the machine guns, you know, basically there's almost no chance that we're going to get them back. You know, unless something really drastic happens. Okay, so if you know, again, if the NRA is dissolved or is weakened so that they can't be effective, we are going to lose. Okay, it is not in our interest. Okay, for the NRA to collapse unless we have something bigger, better, stronger, and we don't have that now. We don't have it. We're probably not going to have that for some time to come. All right. So a couple of things for you guys to think about. Post some comments if you have them. Talk to you guys next time.